Tesla will no doubt sell very high volumes of their upcoming, more affordable compact Tesla vehicle, which is supposed to be built at Gigafactory, Mexico. However, will this vehicle end up eating into Model 3 and Model Y sales? Let's discuss how this compact Tesla will likely impact Model 3 and Model Y sales in the future. What I believe Tesla's sales mix will look like in 6 to 10 years from now with the vehicles that we know about, basically the volumes I expect for each one of these vehicles, and why I believe demand will be strong for this new compact Tesla. I'm John, and this is Cleanerwatt. In order to estimate how the new compact Tesla might impact Model 3 and Model Y sales in the future, I think it's a good idea to go back and look at Model S and Model X sales and how those were affected and impacted by the Model 3 and the Model Y. With that being said, as I'll discuss more later on in the video, as Tesla's product mix continues to mature and as they add more vehicles, there will be a natural shifting of volume that's going to mirror more naturally the broader market, where luxury vehicles make up a smaller portion of Tesla's sales, and the more affordable vehicles, of course, because that market is bigger, make up a larger portion. And this is really Tesla's goal, to make EVs more affordable and to get more EVs in the hands of consumers and out into the world. And so there will be a natural shifting of volume. So this is not something to be concerned about, but it is interesting to discuss. The first Tesla Model S's were delivered back in 2012, and the first Model X's were delivered in 2015. I'm not going to go back, of course, way back then, but I'm going to start in 2016, which would have been the first full year that we had both the Model S and the Model X for sale, and discuss how the Model 3 and the Model Y did indeed impact Model S and X deliveries. In 2016, between the Tesla Model S and Model X, Tesla delivered over 76,000 vehicles. Then, in 2017, Model S and X deliveries reached a peak of over 101,000. However, after 2017, you can see that those numbers started to go down a bit. Now, Tesla delivered the first Model 3s in Q3 of 2017, and this had little effect on Model S and X sales in 2017. However, when 2019 came around and Model 3 deliveries exceeded 300,000 for the year, Model S and X sales started to take a bit of a hit. Then in March of 2020, Tesla started delivering the Model Y, and once again, Model S and X delivery numbers declined. Now, the numbers for 2021 are quite low, but that's an anomaly because Tesla stopped delivering the Model S and X in 2021 while they refreshed the design and drastically updated the vehicle's interior. So that year really isn't a good example. Nonetheless, in 2021, Tesla delivered over 900,000 Model 3s and Model Ys that year. Then in 2022, Tesla delivered over 1.2 million Model 3s and Model Ys for the year, and just 66,705 Model S's and Model X's. This means that the Model S and X only made up around 5% of Tesla's total delivery numbers for that year. Now, moving to the first 2 quarters of 2023. In Q1 of this year, Tesla delivered 10,695 Model S's and X's and over 412,000 Model 3s and Model Ys, meaning that in the first quarter of this year, the Model S and X only made up around 2.5% of Tesla's total delivery volumes. In Q2 of this year, Tesla delivered over 19,000 Model S's and X's and just under 447,000 Model 3s and Model Ys, which means that the Model S and X made up around 4.1% of Tesla's total deliveries for Q2 of this year. Now, Model S and X sales are not going down because the vehicles aren't great. They are great vehicles. They have great range, great features, great performance. However, once again, as Tesla's product mix starts to mature, it's going to start mirroring more the broader market when it comes to different classes of vehicles and how those sell. For example, according to a report, which I will link to below in the video description, in 2021, 97 to 98% of the global auto market was for non-luxury vehicles, which this report classified as having a price equivalent of less than 80,000 US dollars. So if 97 to 98% of the global market is for non-luxury vehicles, once again, less than $80,000, that means for vehicles that are above $80,000, that's only 2 to 3% of the market. So I believe as Tesla's product mix begins to mature, luxury vehicles like the Model S and X will likely only make up a small portion of their vehicle sales, like for instance 3%, and that is naturally happening right now. So with that example in mind, when it comes to the compact Tesla, we of course don't know enough about this vehicle to know exactly how it's going to impact Model 3 and Model Y sales. Is it going to be a compact hatchback? Is it going to be a very small SUV of some kind? Or is it going to be something completely different and new? We don't know yet. But nonetheless, Tesla will likely differentiate this product a bit and try to make it not eat into Model 3 and Model Y sales. But I still believe it will impact Model 3 and Model Y sales. But once again, this is not necessarily a bad thing. And I believe that Tesla will be able to manufacture this compact Tesla very profitably. So it's not going to be a negative impact to sell a bunch of these. And Tesla will have other sources of revenue, as we'll discuss as well, from these vehicles. But nonetheless, there will be a natural shifting of demand towards a more affordable vehicle because there is a larger market, once again, for lower priced vehicles. Now, when it comes to what I expect Tesla sales volumes will look like when it comes to a percentage of each one of the vehicles that we know about that are either available right now or we know will be available in the future. At Tesla's Investor Day event, they illustrated with this slide what electrifying the global automotive fleet would look like using Tesla's EVs as an example. Do note that this slide represents global production from all EV makers, not just Tesla. However, we can use this to help estimate what kind of demand Tesla, I believe, is planning for with each of their current and future vehicles and what kind of volumes we could see from Tesla in the future as they march towards their 20 million vehicle per year goal. If we add up all those numbers and then take each one of these vehicles as a percentage of that total, you can see that a compact vehicle should make up somewhere around 49% of Tesla's vehicle sales in the future, and the Model 3 and Model Y somewhere around 26%. Of course, Tesla is aiming for 20 million vehicles being delivered per year in the future. So if you take those percentages and you use that 20 million annual sales number, if Tesla reaches that goal, that could mean that the compact Tesla could sell over 9.8 million vehicles per year, and the Model 3 and Model Y around 5.2 million vehicles per year. So while the Model 3 and Model Y make up over 95% right now of Tesla's vehicle sales, as compared to the Model S and X, as you add more vehicles to that mix, that number, that percentage is going to go down. However, I believe there's still plenty of room in the market for the Model 3 and Model Y vehicle sales to grow. So the percentage will go down, and there might be in the short term a little bit of a dip to Model 3 and Model Y sales, like there was with the Model S and X before it kind of levels out a little bit. There might be that little bit of a dip as people really rush to buy this compact Tesla. But in the long term, I believe it's going to level out, and there's going to be a percentage that's going to look somewhat like what Tesla estimated with that slide and what I demonstrated there, where the Model 3 and Model Y still make up a very large portion of Tesla's vehicle sales. But the compact Tesla will clearly sell more than that because that's just naturally how the market works. Lower priced vehicles, there's more people to buy those, the market is bigger, thus they'll sell more of those vehicles. In addition, with Tesla's new unboxed manufacturing process, which is really going to be used in full force with their compact Tesla, I believe they'll be able to manufacture that vehicle with that new process very profitably. So when it comes to the natural shifting of demand with Tesla's sales volume mix, I believe they will maintain profitability even by selling quite a few more of these compact vehicles, the more affordable vehicles, than their more expensive vehicles. Now, beyond the fact that I believe Tesla will be able to manufacture the compact Tesla and sell it at a very low price profitably, and that comes down to a very robust, efficient supply chain, as I've talked about in the past. It comes down to a very efficient manufacturing process, lower cost batteries, etc. But I also believe that in the future, Tesla will be making a lot of money from software. I don't know when Tesla will figure out and solve FSD, but I believe that will happen in the future. And Tesla has demonstrated other software upgrades that they've sold in the past. So there will be a lot of income from software as well on top of that. So once again, I don't believe profitability will be an issue when Tesla is delivering very high volumes of affordable vehicles. Now, can Tesla really sell nearly 10 million compact Teslas per year in the future? This would mean one vehicle outselling VW Group's total sales for 2022 and nearly matching Toyota's global sales for 2022. Now, at first glance, it does sound a little bit ridiculous to estimate that Tesla, with one vehicle will outsell VW and almost outsell Toyota. However, Tesla could make this possible with a vehicle if it comes out with class-leading range, charging speed, performance, great software, etc., which are all things that Tesla has been able to do in the past. Also, I believe that Tesla could have region-specific builds for markets like China, India, and Japan. Additionally, if Tesla does solve FSD in the future, and this compact Tesla is able to be a robotaxi, which I believe that's Tesla's plan, that will, of course, greatly increase demand. At the end of the day, I believe Tesla will be able to sell every single one of these compact Teslas that they can build for quite a long time. And I don't expect this to be a very boring car. It's going to be very exciting. And like Tesla's other vehicles, this new compact Tesla vehicle will no doubt dominate the EV space. And likely only automakers like BYD will be able to compete with Tesla in this lower priced segment of the market. Do let me know what you think about all this in the comments section below. I'd love to hear from you. And also, I'd like to say once again, thank you to all of those of you who support me through Patreon. Your support makes a big difference and really does help make these videos possible. If you'd like to find out more about how you can support my work through Patreon, I will put a link in the video description. Thank you so much.